Hey, guys, draft
I
lottery.
know.
How do you
How's it
feel?
going?
Fun times.
Phase 1 of the draft lottery, actually, because everything is such a mess. What is it? 7 teams plus teams A through H because the play-in shenanigans, and we just don't know what's going on. By the way, on YouTube, I see our beautiful faces. So
Awesome. So do I.
I could.
So
Yay.
weird. So weird.
it is. But we are live, guys. 2-on-1 podcast. Mike is here. Mike, how are you?
What's up, dudes? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, I think we're all doing well. I see you and Alex are both rocking your Leafs gear.
My dad got me this from the Winter Classic.
Oh yeah, it looks
Which
nice.
one? The one in
The-
Detroit or one?
The one against Detroit, not the one against Detroit.
They played Detroit twice. Which one?
Sorry, the one in the big house. The one in the big house
Oh, okay.
in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where I'm dying to check that place out one day.
Yeah.
Daniel, what's up with you, buddy?
I'm good. Just happy to be here. It's a fun day. Yeah. I actually had the YouTube going on while we were talking, so I heard both at the same time. I was pretty
Perfect.
confused. Yeah. So now we know what works.
Well, we do have a little bit of an issue here, guys. You're gonna have to be my eyes because my TV is not working, so I
Buddy,
can't watch
get
the
it
lottery.
together here.
So I'm very
We're
much
just-
going in blind.
Get
We'll
it.
find a
Rip.
stream.
We're not organized. That's what it is today.
We're just having fun.
Maybe Sportsnet now will work for once for me. It never really does. Like, oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But guys, it's the draft lottery tonight. One of the most exciting events of the year. For me, especially because the Canadians have just not been competitive over the past few years. So this has been for teams like Ottawa, Detroit. This is a beacon of hope for those teams. And we've got some. This draft has been talked about all throughout the year as one of the best we've had in the past few years. We've had first overall picks that haven't been quite that glamorous, like Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes, especially New Jersey.
New Jersey Devils.
So just the guys
Screw
who
the
New
Devils.
Jersey drafts.
Yeah.
So right, just the guys who New Jersey drafts.
Screw the Devils.
They got Taylor Hall and they got that. Apologies for the motorcycle. I feel like that's coming from me.
Probably.
Probably.
Mhm. A lot of street racers in your area.
Street, yeah, right.
And backing up trucks.
Man, hey, go around. I'm like right off of it, and so you have to turn off, and people never go around the bend, and there's accidents every once in a while. And man, some people are just bad. Guys, I'd say the biggest story going into the draft is simply all eyes on Ottawa, who not only have their own first round pick, but they also have San Jose's via the Eric Carlson deal. Somehow a deal
yeet.
worked out for the Sens.
Get
you think
screwed, San
you think
Jose.
Ottawa feels bad?
No.
No.
Like you think they
Excited.
understand? Like they must know what San Jose feels like.
You remember when we first heard about this trade? We were like, oh, so underwhelming. I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you really think Eugene Melnyk has ever felt bad?
No.
Let alone for his own franchise, let alone for any other franchises. Come on. Think about that for a sec.
This is very true.
What I am excited for is I'm happy for Ottawa in the sense that you got to remember, they were in this position not too long ago when they decided to take Kachuk instead of surrendering that first round pick. And here they are now. San Jose is the victim to trading away your first rounder because you think you're going to be gross, when in reality you become not Buffalo level dumpster fire, but a pretty big dumpster fire.
Man,
So in the end, I think the Sens are literally doing what happened. The only difference is that they have 2 picks here as opposed to before where it's you pick when you want to have your first round pick.
I'm so high on Ottawa. As a Leafs fan, it's by far the weirdest thing that I could say.
Yeah.
I talk so much about Ottawa and Montreal.
I'm moving there.
Yeah. It's so weird.
So let me ask you guys this, because yes, obviously they kept the pick in 2018 to keep Brady Tkachuk instead, to select Brady Tkachuk instead of sending the pick to San Jose.
Well, the next year
Ottawa,
in 19, they
Ottawa,
picked
no.
up Byram, right?
Yeah.
Going
Colorado,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, guys, because yes, you have Brady Tkachuk, fantastic player. Would you rather Bowen Byram or a chance at Stutzel or Drysdale or Lafreniere or Byfield or Marco Rossi?
That's tough.
It's such an elite class this year.
This is a really, really interesting draft this year. I think, like, even we'll get into it later, but like the second overall pick is a big debate right now, and that's something we haven't seen in a while. Like for once, there's a clear number one, but there's not a clear cut number two because they're both gross. Like in the last few years, it's been different. Like you have Darlene, and then Svechnikov is going to go second. Or in another case, you don't even know who's going first between Hischier and Patrick because that draft class just wasn't as good until then Heiskanen and them got better. But like, there's always been more of a consensus. But this one you really don't know because there's a debate between Byfield and Stützle. Stützle, what if you want me to say it in like German? But then
Stützle.
Stützle. But then Lafreniere, he's been the consensus number one pick since like I think 2017, 2016. I've heard people saying this draft is Lafreniere's draft. Everyone knows that. So it's an interesting draft. I'm excited to see this. I'm not excited to see team A to H be slotted at number one because I will jump off a bridge. But yeah.
You sound you sound upset.
Just,
dude, I'm telling you, there's only this. I'm okay with this draft lottery in the sense that I'm happy the Leafs aren't in the draft lottery, or if they are, I swear.
Don't say that yet.
You're right. They could be that, but I'm telling you, man, and I've told you guys this before, but now to anybody that decides to tune in on YouTube, if New Jersey gets the first overall pick, or even worse. Because it wasn't that clear. I thought it was really going to be Patrick, though.
I believe it was he had a shoulder injury that was.
What shoulder injury? This guy's had injury after injury after injury.
I mean, when he was playing in, I believe it was in Brandon because he played for the Wheat Kings.
Yeah.
You know that, Mike.
Oh, we're back. Sorry.
There was a shoulder injury that messed his season. Now, since coming to the NHL, there's been headache problems, all that type of a mess with Nolan.
We wish him the best.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, because apparently he's not playing right now. I forgot what he's injured with now. I'm not a big Flyers follower, but actually, let me put that up here. I kind of want to know. What's his name? Nolan Patrick.
But while Mike is looking it up, Alex, and we'll start with Daniel.
We're back. I'm just I just got a text from someone who's watching. Mike, tell everyone why New Jersey shouldn't win the draft lottery again.
Because I hate them.
You hate them.
I absolutely hate how they just squander every opportunity that's given to them. And also, look, you guys were supposed to be good this year. You guys were supposed to be good. You had Subban. You had Gusev. You drafted Hughes. And yes, I guess it's tough to automatically put the first overall pick to be amazing. Except for if you have Austin Matthews. Not a big deal.
All right.
Who else did you have? Wayne Simmons.
Kyle Palmieri.
Mackenzie Blackwood is emerging. They had a chance to I honestly think if everything went well, they could have at least been a playoff contender. They would have been.
We
They
were
wouldn't have won anything, but they
No,
would have been at least a fringe playoff contender. They would have been in playoff contention, not at the bottom of the league. Oh my God, you guys are embarrassing.
He's so upset.
They did turn it around towards the end of the season again, thanks to
They
McKenzie.
found some
really?
consistency there.
They
Yeah.
did. They did, right? They did.
Mm-hmm.
Nerds, I hate them.
Oh my God. We'll move on to another kind of
The
team.
only team I hate more is Buffalo.
Ooh.
I don't
And-
hate Buffalo. I just hate Buffalo's management. The city of Buffalo, they're so passionate.
Wait,
They
wait, wait.
deserve a good team.
You hate Buffalo's ownership,
Yeah, I hate the Piggy Rules.
right? We don't know Kevin Adams because he's just a yes man at this
Yeah,
point.
Yeah, he's a numbers guy. He's gonna
Oh, yeah.
been thrown into the fire. His life is gonna be tough.
We're talking about Buffalo. This is a team that just needs something. I guess. I think of all the teams, of the 7 teams who did not qualify for the playoffs, of course, Buffalo have the worst odds of moving up to number 1. But oh boy, guys, if we talk about Alexis Lafreniere before talking about him, specifically, is it Buffalo that is a team that needs him, that player
No,
services more
that's
than
not
any
the
other?
issue.
No. They got their star.
They have multiple stars. Like they should have multiple stars, right? We talked about it, I think 2 episodes ago. They have Casey Middlestat.
Oh,
Like I know he hasn't turned out to be what he was supposed to be yet. I mean,
that's
they're
an
still the-
understatement, buddy.
yeah, it's an understatement. They have Jack Eichel, who's one of the best players.
The only one performing in his contract.
Sam Reinhart, Jeff Skinner has to step up his game. Alexis Lafreniere is not going to change. Not going to change a thing there. I was reading. I saw a tweet talking about how will a first overall pick change your franchise, and then they talked about McDavid.
Oh,
Like McDavid,
generational
yes,
talent.
He's a
Mhm.
generational talent, but there was issues in Edmonton that skill can't fix.
I mean, look, like it's not like they made playoffs that year because
You know
he
how
didn't magically change
crazy
it.
it is that they've only made the playoffs once with McDavid.
Yeah, they're really finding their way now, though. I think so. It's taken a few years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Leafs made the playoffs immediately after they got Matthews.
All right. Let's focus more on the draft here. We did dedicate a whole whole episode titled
Hashtag screw you Buffalo.
Yeah. So but if it's not Buffalo, then which of these bottom teams do you think needs Alexis Lafreniere the most?
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
Oh God,
They need-
Detroit.
Detroit
I mean-
needs everything and anything they can get.
Like what I kind of
Literally.
Dylan Larkin is not like franchise guy material. I think they
Yeah.
need someone who could kind of lead this rebuild.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd be like, yeah, same. Like literally, if you are relying on, if your franchise is relying on the likes of Larkin, I get, but Tyler Bertuzzi, who's I'm not trying to undermine these guys, or Anthony Mantha, who just looked terrible this year.
Well, he got
And-
injured.
Yeah, but and then who do you have on their back end on D? You have like what Trevor Daly,
Philip Hronik.
Moritz
You know what
Seider.
Philip Roenick is going. He's developing. So is Moritz Seider.
Yeah.
That was inexplicable though. How was it Stevie Y or was it Ken Holland that picked Moritz
was
Seider at
Stevie
6?
Y. It was his
That's
first
insane.
pick. Yeah,
That's insane. I remember that. I was like, what?
I
that's
thought he
like
was
when-
gonna trade down from at least.
I was
It
like,
was
that's what like when the Habs took KK in third overall.
Okay, don't get at it. Don't get at him started on your.
He was the
spread
number
card,
one
yeah.
listed centerman at the draft, and that's all I will say.
Not Barrett
Supposed to
Hayden.
go 15 overall.
And no, he was. I thought he was supposed to go top 10.
What about
Unless
Barrett
we're
Hayden?
pulling the,
Oh,
stop.
don't.
Where's
start.
Will Christopoulos to tell me? First
Don't
time
start on Barrett
Hayden.
Hayden.
Yeah, I had
Please.
Barrett Hayden had a Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and in that moment, my heart broke. Well, hey, we'll talk about Detroit. Detroit were so bad that they had a goalie who had 2 wins on the season in
Jimmy Howard.
Now, regardless of where Detroit can fall as far as 4th. Now we know the top 4 in this draft unless some miracle or disaster happens, will be some combination of Lafreniere first, Byfield, Stutzel, and Jamie Drysdale. I don't think Detroit can really lose the lottery at all.
No.
Of course, Alexis Lafreniere is, set to be one of the best first overall picks we've had in the past couple of years. But I don't think Detroit can lose this lottery in a real sense.
If they don't get, if you want to call Alexis Lafreniere generational or
No,
right? Like
No.
he is a superstar. He is elite.
a blue chip prospect.
Yeah,
He's not Crosby.
Worst case, they get if they drop to 4 and they get Drysdale. That's still an extremely good pick.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a lot of wait and sees. I think like with this
look,
draft, pretty strong.
They have Lafreniere up there too. He's there right now. He's watching it. They have him sitting there.
There's nothing quite like when they have the guy who's supposed to go first and they pan to him when the pick is announced. Like when I think it was when Edmonton won the McDavid pick, he was trying so hard to not look miserable. The grass was still lean for Buffalo.
My favorite thing ever was that when is that how they pick you up or not pick you up, how they haven't even picked you yet, but like the NHL already knows you're going first overall.
You cut out a bit there, Mike.
I'm saying how like the NHL like won't let you like talk to teams much except for like a certain draft window, but like they bring you there because they know you're gonna be first overall pick. So
yeah, it's no debate. A team will never admit it, but Alexis Lafreniere will go first overall. But the debate is who will go second. The last few months in quarantine has started. There's been a debate brewing that Quinton Byfield, who has really been everything I've seen, was second overall until the past few weeks. But Tim Stützle from Mannheim in the Dell has seemed to have started to challenge that second overall pick. And Mike, I've been talking to you off the podcast, and you have been very heated about this. So explain to us why Quinton Byfield, in your mind, should go second over Tim Stützle.
Listen, I've been watching Byfield for a while now, actually. I watched Byfield at Ryerson because he played in the OHL Cup against I forgot what team they were playing. I think it was the Red Wings, but they were playing or JRC. They were playing the OHL Cup, one of the biggest minor hockey tournaments, I think, in North America, maybe in the world, in the Mattamy Athletic Center. And to see this guy was an absolute he's just destruction on ice. But like not even just that, but the way this guy he literally told the GTHL, go F yourselves. I'm gonna go play for York Simcoe, which is a very respected program. They're really good for minor hockey. And he every tournament they played against GTHL teams just torched them, and just his team was just so yucky. And he was such a factor being their captain, and he was just nasty. Then you get him to Sudbury, one of the markets in the OHL that isn't as prominent. It's not your London, it's not your Niagara, it's not your Oshawa, and he just tore it in half. And look, I understand that the debate can be made that Tim Stützle, whatever his name is, Strudel, can win or can go second because he's playing against men, and he put up 34 points in 41 games against like men in the DEL. But like you can't I think overall, and yes, Byfield didn't get many minutes at the World Juniors because he is a younger guy. He was the underage on the team, but that combination of speed with size, skill, hands, shot, I really think he's the next best player after Lafreniere.
Is he ready? Because I think
he's NHL ready.
Alex. So do you think if I'm a team, and I think I made this argument with Adam when we were doing our draft rankings, I made the argument that if Detroit's picking second, I think we did a draft lottery simulator and we had Detroit going second. I made the argument that if Byfield's ready, I think they kind of go say, okay, why don't we take Tim Stützle, send him back to Germany for a year, or he can play. I'm assuming he can play in the in the AHL because he
can play in the A.
Right, he can play in the A.
Byfield would have to go right back to the O.
Right, and send Stützle to the AHL for a year, and then bring him up when that next set of prospects are coming up.
That's a difficult one. That is a difficult concept to figure out, especially because when you're drafting, right, you're drafting the most ready player. And
Right.
that's what the first overall pick is, the most NHL ready player, the player that is going to make, or that you believe is going to make the biggest impact right off the get-go. I mean, obviously we've seen it fail at times, but with Lafreniere, it's been this way for how long? And Byfield, you know what? Byfield has the size for the NHL. He's got the speed for the NHL. Obviously, he's got to hone his craft. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to score 4 goals in his debut like, the best first overall pick in the last little while did. But he is, I think he's NHL ready. And I think, honestly, I do think Stützle will need some AHL conditioning to make it so far.
What about
I could be wrong. But continue.
Sorry. Yeah. What can you tell us about Jamie Drysdale?
Jamie Drysdale he was a smart kid back in high school because I went to high school with him. And holy crap, this kid was gross in the minor hockey tournament, in the junior hockey tournament. This guy just, but like, yeah, I don't think he's NHL ready just yet. I think he'll need at least another year of junior, and then he'll go. But I think he's by far the best defenseman in the draft. And I think that's pretty evident, even with the way he played at junior. It's just, I think he's I've never seen in this draft class, I've never seen a player with so much poise and balance with that puck as an offensive defenseman. He really reminds me of Quinn Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really think, like, looking at this guy, he's calm, collected with the puck, and he knows what he's doing.
We just talked about the top 4 players in the draft. And Adam brought up earlier that Detroit can't lose. If there's one team that cannot lose, it is Ottawa.
Yeah, 2 picks? Come on.
Even if you're drafting 4th and 5th, which I think is their worst case scenario, or is it 5th and 6th? Either way, the draft is so stacked. Like, even if you're picking 5th and 6th, you could have a chance at Drysdale. You're probably going to have a chance at someone like Marco Rossi or Cole Perfetti. Like, you're sitting there and yeah, Ottawa is stacked, not stacked, but they have a lot of offensive prospects, and
them in LA have the best prospect pools.
Yeah, and
Anaheim.
Oh my God, Daniel! Here we go.
They've drafted pretty well. Yeah.
Let me tell you about Cole Caulfield.
I'm done.
I was waiting for Adam to cut me off.
Thank you guys for having me.
I would say that Scott Wheeler's ranking prospect system did have Montreal second. But how about we talk about the next kind of group of that draft? Specifically, I want to ask you about Marco Rossi and Cole Perfetti. And one of those guys seems to not be getting the love from scouts that I've seen a lot of people on Twitter give. So what can you tell us about those 2 players?
Dude, Perfetti is just a pure goal scorer. I've watched this guy, and for some reason, he kind of he wasn't as undersized as Caulfield, but he did remind me of him. But Perfetti, he finished 2nd in the OHL this year in scoring.
In goals, right?
In goals. No, in scoring.
Scoring. Huh.
Like, he had 111 points, man.
Holy.
And, like, honestly, like, watching him, and I even saw him, like, playing at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup last summer, and the guy just, he looked like he was so good at figuring, like, he knows how to shoot the puck, and he knows he can pass. Like, he can pass really well. Like, I honestly think having him at 8, that's pretty insane. I mean, like, granted, I haven't seen Holtz. Alexander Holtz is ranked at 7. I haven't seen him as much, so I am, I guess, a little biased there. And Marco Rossi, I do think, is just yucky. Marco Rossi, I hope he's back for another year in Ottawa, so I can go watch him when I move. But I mean, I think I'd put him at 7 over Holtz, not over Lucas Raymond though. I think Lucas Raymond is, well, he plays for Frölunda. That means you're gross. You got to be gross. But like, that guy's got one of the most insane wrist shots in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
You guys think there's a team that's looking for, like, once Quentin Byfield's off the board, teams would kind of reach for Marco Rossi? Like, a team maybe in the top 5 that wants a center?
Depends on that top 5, I guess.
You gotta
I mean-
wonder at the price, right? I mean, like, there's a reason centermen are, blue chip no matter what. There's a reason Kevin Hayes gets $7.5 million. He's a center. Like,
He's
right?
the
If-
centerman. Yeah.
It's funny that listening to Hockey Central at noon, every single
2
time.
seconds, boys. I'll be back.
No, every time Anthony Stewart said trade one of these picks, Jeff Merrick has been like, no, you will not do that. This is too good. So, you know what, Daniel? I honestly wouldn't, like, even if you're looking for a center, I wouldn't give away one of those picks if I had, unless you are giving me an arm and a leg. So, guys, what's going on right now? Because I'm getting text messages from people saying that that something weird's going on with how they're selecting it. How's it looking right now? in the draft lottery?
Bettman's just talking right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
watching him.
All right.
Here, while we're doing this, for the fans. Come here, Mama.
Oh my, is this him?
I'm trying to bring it over.
Oh boy, got a special surprise here. The good boy himself.
I'm gonna have to move over for this.
Oh boy, it's worth the wait. Oh, Loki, what up? What? I know he's big, but he's such a pumpkin. I love your dog.
This is the big boy.
beauty.
He's gonna be joining me for the draft.
Oh man. So who's Kilo rooting to win the lottery here?
I think you asked me this before, and I think I'm gonna say the city that I'm going to be moving to.
You're rooting for Ottawa. Okay, so quickly, there are a few more teams in this top 7 we need to talk about. The 2 of the 3 California. We're gonna forget about San Jose because they don't own the pick.
They don't care.
Nerds.
So
You suck.
we're gonna ask the resident secret Ducks fan. Daniel-
Secret?
Secret.
Secret.
I have not found it secret at all.
But not secret Ducks fan.
Literally every episode. Trevor Zegras.
Adam
Tell you about that guy.
Henrique. Adam Henrique should be.
Don't sleep on Troy Terry, guys. Good NCAA kid.
Listen, Adam Henrique is gonna win the heart.
Come on.
Okay, let me tell you about how the fact that Corey Perry didn't need Ryan Getzlaf to win that Hart Trophy. Anyway, Daniel, what exactly does winning one of these draft lotteries do for the rebuilds of the Kings and the Ducks? Two, not that long ago, were forces in this league.
Powerhouses.
Now have just
Yeah.
slowly rusted and aged away.
I think it's more of like a unifying thing. It kind of refreshes that because it's not like these are teams that are starting from the bottom. They have the prospects. They have like a lot of key pieces that they may be aging, but I think they're guys that they could still be put around, a pretty competent roster.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the Ducks, what I kind of see, Ryan Kessler's gone, Patrick Hughes is gone. Getzlaf, he shouldn't be playing the amount of minutes he is, no matter like how many injuries he's getting. The youth movement is there, but to like win it and get a top pick like that, it'd be a refreshing experience. I think.
Is Kessler done or what?
I think he's done. Like
Is his career over or what? I think his career's over.
His career's over. Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
already
based
on
on the
Sports
picture he
Center.
put on Twitter, I think
No,
he's
no,
dead.
no.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That was pretty nasty. I remember seeing. Yeah.
The
I
picture
don't-
of his hip.
About that. Let's not
Oh
talk
no,
about
yeah, I do remember that. I don't even want to. That's disgusting.
I thought that was hilarious.
Ryan Kessler is already on Sportsnet doing stuff at the trade deadline, and all right, his that's the mark that your career is over.
I know the funny part. So, if I'm correct, I am very correct. No Californian teams are making the playoffs this year.
No.
0. Yes,
And
you're correct.
What the funny part is that the Leafs couldn't beat any of them in their
Stop
California
it.
road trip.
Stop
But the
it.
year that San Jose makes it, and then like the year that there is at least one Californian playoff team, they sweep the California road trip. And now this year they get
it's-
dunked on.
It's been quite a week for Leaf fans. Okay,
Well,
Wednesday.
Quite a
wa-
year, buddy.
Wednesday
lifetime.
was the anniversary of Tuukka Rask being traded for Andrew
course.
Raycroft,
Mhm.
That never
and
happened.
then
if you're in denial, it never happened.
I try that. I try to forget it. And then the NHL did their little fan voting mumbo jumbo, whatever. And what a surprise. Who wins best moment of the year or whatever, most surprising moment, whatever the hell it was
Honor
called,
McDaddy.
was David Ayers.
Oh, that one. I thought we were talking about Connor McDaddy.
That
when he
one
just
too.
that's
That
the
one
most
too.
Undressed I mean, he just ended Morgan Riley's career.
Oh, I'm so.
So let's keep rolling here.
I hate being a Leafs fan.
We still, I'm guessing because we're all still talking here, and again, I can't see it. I'm guessing that they haven't started the lottery itself,
No.
so we
Nope.
have some other items we can talk about
A
here.
really attractive woman is talking right now about it.
It's
but
the host,
Alright.
Catherine. What's her last name? Catherine Tapin? Tappin?
She's very attractive.
Anyway, we'll keep going from there. Let's give a congratulations. We did this in our Bizarre Adventures of Nightmare Before Christmas, but now like a legit hockey episode with Mike here.
Yeah.
A most sincere congratulations to Steve Dangle and his wife for
The
the
guy.
birth of their first child, Leo.
Steve.
He signed
what?
my Leafs jersey.
Yeah, he even has a little one. Guys, it's not named after Leo Komarov.
It most definitely is, and he knows it.
He should have named it after Austin.
No, as he said in his video, half of Ontario. Will be
I know.
But,
My
but,
child's name will be Austin
but
with an O.
in all
The weird
seriousness,
one.
though, congratulations to one of the nicest guys in the industry. We've all met him. Yeah, he's just, I love him so. Every time I've met him, I've just been like, you know what, Steve, you're the reason that I'm in journalism and that. Like, you're such an inspiration. And he always just like the humblest stuff. Like, no, you're the reason you're here.
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
this. He always talks about how he got waitlisted to Ryerson. I've had.
He was on
lectures-
probation.
Hmm?
He was on probation too once.
Really?
Yeah,
That's-
he told me. I think it was twice actually
Why? What do you mean? Like,
on academic probation.
oh, academic probation.
What other probation did you think of?
I was about
What,
to
you
be
think he
like,
got
have
arrested?
Have we just taken a dark turn? Like what?
No, I didn't mean that. No,
Hey,
I don't think
he admits he wasn't the best.
Yo, wait.
Oh,
Number 8 pick.
is this
number-
number 8?
Number
Yep.
8? So that means someone won. One of the A through H's. Goes to
Oh.
number 8.
Buffalo.
So they did it. Okay, so Buffalo moves down the spot. So
Oh.
that means that an A through H team has won a lottery.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes, because
That
there's
was-
7 teams
No.
out, which means if they've started
No,
8,
I swear if
a team has won it. And by the way,
seventh. We're at
okay,
7.
7th. Oh my god.
Ah,
Okay,
you
guys,
losers.
I don't know
New
who
Jersey,
it is. so
New
please-
Jersey.
Okay, thank
New
you.
Jersey
Wow.
Devils.
The New Jersey.
Because they don't have
They
Taylor
went
Hall
down a
anymore.
spot. They went down a spot. You
They went down
losers. You
spot 2.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay.
Wow. This is
Okay,
this
so
is very
six.
anticlimactic for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're
Number
going
6.
6th.
Number 6 goes to.
The Ducks.
The Ducks. Oh,
Gotta be
Okay.
Daniel's so happy right now.
So wait, we won't even
he
know.
looks so happy.
It's
He
solid.
Bu-
Solid. They
Butler
gave someone
looks
solid there.
so happy.
I'm really upset. I can't watch this.
Oh. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
Number 5, number
4.
5.
Oh, number 5.
Number 5 goes to. LA.
Oh no!
Who?
No.
Who?
Ottawa.
Ottawa. Oh no!
I don't know which. Actually, what does even matter?
That might have been.
Wow.
I think Ottawa may have won one, or no, maybe. Who's 4th? Crap!
Oh my god.
Please be Detroit. Please.
Pandemonium.
Be Detroit. Or would it be LA?
Pandemonium.
I think has LA. No, because they were
Wait,
third last, weren't they?
wouldn't LA?
Were LA third last?
LA,
this year?
I
Four.
I think LA.
It's
got
4th.
in.
It's 4.
Okay, it's 4th. It's 4th. Oh no!
Who is it?
No!
Detroit. Detroit's 4.
No. Oh.
Detroit just got cocked.
Oh my
Detroit just got.
god.
Detroit just got slapped in the face.
Oh my
They
God.
finished with the worst record I've ever seen. Steve Yzerman does not look happy.
He's pissed.
He
Oh,
is.
Oh my god.
He's gonna call Gary Bettman, and then they're gonna move up to
So,
first
okay,
overall. That's
so
what's gonna happen.
Now we'll see.
Top 3.
These are the lottery picks. Oh
You
my
have
god.
Ottawa,
This
Uh,
is so insane.
LA, and
And
one
A
of
through
the
H.
one of the A to H teams.
Oh
This
my
is
god.
so insane.
Oh
It's
my
going
God.
to commercial. So we
This
have a
is-
I think we have a commercial.
Seriously,
break.
they did a commercial?
I think so.
You.
Oh
Or
my
maybe
God.
not. I don't know.
That was
I
pretty
think it's
insane.
commercial.
I
think it's
can't hear it.
I need to check Twitter.
How do you guys
What-
feel so far?
I feel so bad for Detroit.
I know.
I'm kind of sad.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
commercial.
It's commercial.
I wish I could watch.
Let's break this down.
Wow.
All right.
Detroit just got slapped in the face by the NHL.
Yeah, I guess that's the biggest news here is that the Detroit Red Wings, who had historically crap season, unless they're playing the Habs, have fallen from first to fourth. We now know that one of the teams who will lose in the qualifying play-in round for the playoffs, that was so redundant, I'm sorry, will win one of the top 3 picks in this draft, guys. How do we feel?
I feel so bad for Detroit.
Yeah.
They were so bad. Like Ottawa, see, the difference was Ottawa was bad, but like they were watchable.
But again, at least they will either have a Stützle, a Byfield, or a Drysdale. There's
That's
some
true.
silver lining. I want to see Detroit Twitter right now because they must be so.
They're not
upset.
going to be happy.
Oh my god, this is
But-
insane.
So 6 is pretty solid. Last time they picked 6, the Ducks, they got Hampus Lindholm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not bad. That's
Solid.
not bad. I mean, even at 6, we were just talking about them before. You're looking at someone like Lucas Raymond, Holtz, Perfetti, Rossi.
Oh, crap. I wonder if that's Ottawa's second last pick. If that was Ottawa's own first, that moves down to 5. And then
I think it was San Jose's.
It was San Jose. What did it come up as Ottawa, or
it
did
didn't
they say San Jose?
it didn't say. I don't know whose it was because of course they didn't put it like that. So
Then maybe it is. Oh wait, did they just say Did they not do like the card and logo?
no, it just
That was
said
insane,
Ottawa.
man.
It just
Oh,
said
that's-
Ottawa. Didn't
that's
say
pretty
Ottawa
dumb.
via San Jose. Why would
That
they
was
just
insane.
And as Jeff Merrick has just tweeted, gut punch for the Wings.
That's awful.
That'll teach you to beat the Canadians. Maybe if you had a piece of it last. That is incredible. Well,
That is
still,
wow.
maybe Marco Rossi or something for Ottawa. They have Ottawa. Now we know will have either Lafreniere, Stützle, or Byfield.
So
This
yeah,
is insane.
it was Ottawa's own pick that dropped to 5.
So the Erik Karlsson deal
Yes.
has now given the Ottawa Senators one of Alexis Lafreniere de la Rimouski Oceanique, Tim Stützle,
Yeah.
or Quinton Byfield.
This is insane. I can't believe Detroit just got slapped in the kicked in the nuts
We're
like
back.
that. Yeah, we're back.
We're back. Oh.
You're missing
Man.
out, man. You got to get a better TV.
He has no TV.
In my family, I feel really bad. I'm very upset about. I love the draft lottery. I'm A through H because if Montreal don't make the playoffs, because apparently
Pull
it's
up, pull up.
percentage,
Number three.
number three. Oh boy, I hear my family yelling. Who got it?
Ottawa via San Jose.
Oh, no.
A through H. By the way, so
Oh
if
my God.
Montreal would have the best chance of winning one of those picks of the A through H.
Jared
one
Dorian
if they
does
didn't
not
make
look
it.
happy.
Jared Dorian looks
Pissed.
pissed.
Hey, oh my god. Stützle or Byfield. That's fantastic. They need forward prospects. They have Shabbat. They have.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Okay, come on. A through H.
If-
Number one.
Oh my
Number one.
God.
Number one.
Number one, we're going right
Number
now.
one.
Oh, it's a play.
No, no way. They did it on purpose. This is
No
rigged. I am
way.
telling you right now.
This is terrible. So LA are second. Good
Yeah.
for them.
That's
And
pretty good.
ladies and gentlemen, the first overall pick is going to one of the teams who will fail to qualify in the playoff round of the
Oh.
2020 playoffs.
I promise you, if Edmonton win the draft lottery, I'm gonna quit the podcast. I'll edit it. Daniel and Adam can do the show.
Guys.
This
Guys,
draft is
heard me.
You know
rigged.
what this
This
means,
draft
right?
is rigged.
the Habs still have a chance at Lafreniere. And so
Those are the
Leafs do.
Penguins.
The lead. I'm gonna get the bracket up exactly so we can. Let me get the NHL standings up, and we can go through every.
No,
team.
but Adam, A to H, no, they all have the same percentage.
24.5%.
Every team has 12.5%.
Concerned
It's-
because the other
Yeah.
day Arpon Basu said that he was told that Mark Bergevin was told that it was
Yeah.
based off point percentage, and Arpon Basu has
That's
not
for
seen
phase
anything to the
one.
contrary.
That's
That's
for,
for phase one,
That was
not for the
phase
redraft.
one.
But the
When-
odds I saw today were it was still the normal odds. Like today they didn't have the same ones.
No,
Like,
yeah,
the
they
same
did.
odds.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
they?
they did. They did.
Show me. I
It's the
don't
same
know.
odds.
I'll
I wanna see
I
this.
promise you, when Gary Bettman did his announcement on Sportsnet,
Source it.
Okay, I'll go find it.
because things have changed. I need information here.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the. I'm gonna get the standings up here, and we can
Here,
see
here.
exactly.
Wait. What are you saying? The percentage that a team gets?
So the
For
other
the second
day,
phase.
Arpon
Oh
Boston.
no, I have it. It's right here. I have it. James Myrtle post Arpon the play in. Oh, that's play in loser. Yeah, collectively have 24.5%. Oh, that's for tonight. I'm worthless.
Hold on. So while we're figuring this out, so we now know that I believe it's no, not Vegas because they qualified. So
Okay,
oh
I have
my
it. I have it. This is on the NHL.com website.
gosh. Mhm.
The odds for each losing team in the qualifiers for the first drawing of the second phase are 12.5%.
Are they? I'm going off Arpon Boston.
I'm going off NHL.com.
Yeah,
I'm
but
going
the
off
NHL can't
NHL.com
figure
too.
out the Hub City. Listen, okay.
That was for tonight. I have the odds
What's for tonight? Our
too.
Pons was for tonight.
Qualify-
24.5.
Yeah, for tonight.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
talking about for the second part.
and I just gave you the number, 12.5%. Team
So-
A to Team H, each team has 12.5% of getting the first overall
I
pick.
can't believe this, man.
So
Wait. Okay, Alex. Okay,
Yes.
no, never mind. I'm going to confuse myself here. We may be
Yes.
talking about something different, but anyway. So
I think
we
you
now
are.
know that Pittsburgh, Carolina, New York Islanders, Toronto, Columbus,
Yeah.
Florida, New York, Montreal, Edmonton,
Yes.
Nashville,
Don't say that one.
Vancouver, Calgary, Winnipeg, Minnesota, Chicago, Arizona, all technically still have a shot at Alexis Lafreniere.
Bill Daly's talking right now, and he's thinking in his head, man, we rigged this thing.
So bad.
What are the
I-
chances?
Thanks for liking my tweet, Daniel.
It's really funny.
It's-
I heard someone in my house. I heard someone in my house say seriously, and then I hear you guys say it. Oh, okay. So we now know. So Detroit fell from first to fourth. LA have the second overall pick. That's great for them. Ottawa will select third and fifth. That's still pretty good for them.
Losers.
And a
Detroit.
play-in team will have the first overall.
The NHL is rigged, man. Like,
That's
how can it go
disgusting.
so perfect? How can it go so perfectly? Let's be real. How can it go that perfectly?
That's disgusting.
What have they cut to Alexis Lafreniere? yet?
No.
Detroit just got punched in the face. Detroit just got
Oh,
a kick to the nuts.
man, this is incredible. This is hilarious.
We're gonna have now we're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You
I wonder
know
who
we're-
takes Askarov.
Stop it.
Wait, where's New Jersey picking?
Seven?
Seven?
I don't know.
Okay, no, you guys
Perfect.
were
They
right.
could take
I just saw
yeah.
Bob say it. That 12% chance. I cannot believe that the first overall pick is going to be a complete crapshoot.
Yeah.
Must it be Columbus? I don't know why. I have a feeling it's Columbus.
Ottawa
Imagine
dude, Ottawa just
I don't
straight
know what to
up.
think about it.
Ottawa just got straight up sandbagged.
But you know what? Think about it. They'll get so at 3, they'll get one of Stutzel or Byfield. And then at 5th, they could get another forward prospect.
Where was Buffalo originally rated at? Were they supposed to go for 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7th.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
they're supposed to go 7. They dropped down one spot.
Yeah, for the playing team. Just like Jersey went 8,
That's incredible.
or Jersey went 7, Anaheim went 6th. Ottawa 5, Detroit 4. Detroit, man, they can't get anything going, man.
No.
That's so bad. They're gonna be just as bad next year. Except they're just gonna have
Even if they got Alexis Lafreniere, you think things would have
No.
changed drastically?
no.
No, I don't think so. That's
I cannot believe a play-in team. It just shows you the NHL's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. I'm telling you, man. Edmonton better win their play-in series. No, honestly, no. I don't want any of these teams getting the first overall pick.
I don't mind Minnesota getting the first overall.
That's the only team. Them and the
Me,
Rangers. Them
Um,
and the Rangers.
That'd be crazy if the Rangers get it.
I think if Carolina loses and they get the first overall pick, I will die.
They're gonna have to pick another defenseman. No,
so
to go off the board.
impressive. Okay, guys,
Mhm.
Are you guys still as jacked and kind of full of adrenaline like I am right now?
I'm
Because
still processing everything. I don't know.
I'm just
That was
taking it all
wild.
in. Dude, if the Habs get the first overall pick, I'm going to kill myself.
So we're gonna record. Mike. I'm assuming. Like, hey, when this second draft happens, can you come on?
Yeah, of course.
If the Habs won Lafreniere and we
I'll
had this
leave.
going
I'll
live,
leave right here.
I will run down my street.
I'll leave.
I will break. I'll mute my
I
mic.
will leave. I will leave and I
I'll
won't
end the
come
call.
back.
I'll end the
Yeah.
stream.
I
I'll end
will
the stream.
not come back.
What happens if he goes to the Penguins?
Hmm?
If he goes to the Penguins.
I'll end the stream.
So Ottawa are selecting what was it, third and fifth,
Fifth,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
third and fifth.
And they had technically, if in a perfect world, we should have had second and third.
Right.
So it does suck for them, but again, they're still having a chance to get two fantastic players. Yeah,
I
LA.
want to know no, listen, want to know the best part? Doug McLean goes and tweets, "Is this lottery a joke?"
Man,
I want to know what Brian Burke's going to say on Monday.
I want to know
whenever
what Don,
he's on Hockey Central.
want to know what Don Cherry would say about this.
and
Yeah, Don
LA
Cherry was trending today, and I couldn't figure out why.
His podcast isn't bad. I like it.
It's like a woman at the Global got fired, and then people were comparing it to Dawn.
Oh,
It's like when
okay.
Petrangelo is trending, and it's like Toronto.
Uh,
LA move up from fourth to second, which is really good for them.
yeah.
I'm aggressively tweeting my anger about this right now.
I love it. I love it.
Love the
Ten-
chaos.
You love
all
it
our
because
teams have an equal shot at Alexis Lafreniere.
dude, you're literally being the Joker right now.
It's
Man,
maximum chaos.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Maybe I should just get some like red marker and just put like a smile. Some people just want to see Lafreniere go to Pittsburgh.
Jesse Blake.
Elliot Friedman needs to shave. He looks terrible.
Tank for Lafreniere, people are putting out. Is this
Yeah.
like to see the Doug McLean stuff? Oh my dear God.
Jesse Blake tweeted Edmonton's going to win the draft lottery.
Man,
I'm gonna stop being a hockey fan.
That this
happens.
is so tough. Do I want Montreal to try and beat Pittsburgh, or do I want to say, yeah, no, get the chance? Because
No,
Montreal,
No way
Just
Montreal's gonna
end.
beat Pittsburgh.
well, I'm realizing that Montreal are getting totally screwed by this if they lose the Lafreniere pick because they were the worst team to make it. They're getting pushed back even further now, which is
But when they would only get pushed 2 spots,
yeah, which is still tough.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff.
So I'm reading the new first overall pick odds. The lowest odds are Toronto.
Is it 4.5%?
Wait, I'm so confused. I thought it was all 12.5%.
No.
We haven't.
Dom Lucic of I guess the Athletic, but he just posted all the odds. So Toronto is at the very bottom
What?
with 4.5, while Columbus is at the highest with
I'm
8.0.
so confused.
Wait. Columbus is
This
the
no,
highest?
this
Let me send you the tweet, Alex.
Wait. Sorry, is this his odds
okay.
in the series? Or?
Yeah, it says here. It says someone commented thought all losing teams had an even chance. Does this take into account their odds to win the play-in round? And he goes yes.
Oh.
So I guess this is a combination of the 12.5
Mhm.
plus the
They're
their play-in.
Yeah.
No offense.
Okay.
Kind of dumb.
Montreal's
I like dumb, but that's kind of dumb.
Oh my.
Montreal's at
Yes,
7.8%.
If Chris Johnson just tweeted, if the New York Rangers beat Carolina in the play-in round, they could get the number 1 overall pick from the Hurricanes, which they acquired in the
That is so true. That is so true. That is
Whether New York
It's so
wins or loses, they have a chance.
Let's
at
go.
Alexis
Let's go.
Lafreniere.
Let's go.
That is a messy trade.
I love that.
This is oh my god. Oh yeah, because the Brady Shea deal, right?
Yeah.
So awesome, man. I love
I
this.
thought they had to give they have to give I thought it was the highest of the two. Is it the lowest?
No, they just
the
gave
state-
away the high because the lowest pick. No, am I thinking of the Patty Marlowe pick?
We'll check I'll check Cat
Yeah.
Friendly. Exactly.
It because the Patty Marlowe pick was
Just the
if
lower
it is-
pick.
If it's the lower pick,
Top
it-
10
yeah.
protected too.
Yeah.
Carolina. Jesus Christ.
This is completely insane. This is pandemonium. This is chaos.
This is beautiful.
The NHL just slapped every team in the face. Every non-playoff team. They're just like, you guys, especially Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit and Ottawa got sandbagged.
Alexis Lafreniere had 112 points in 52 games this year.
He's 2-time CHL Player of the Year. He's captain before he even is an overager.
Wow.
And he's just the yuckiest player. Like, I remember his goal in the final game against Russia.
What?
He's yucky.
Wait, the condition New York will receive the later in brackets or lower of either the Carolina or Toronto 2020. Late that sounds like it's contradicting itself. Doesn't it?
It is.
The later or lower. That doesn't make any sense because it's later in the draft. It's a higher pick, but they're saying lower. I'm gonna see if I can find anything more on that.
Okay, Elliot Friedman just confused me. He sends out a tweet. If for whatever reason the plan
I saw that
be
too.
completed, the remaining bottom 8 teams will have a 1 in 8. Oh, okay. No, never mind. I got it.
Like if the season
myself.
can't go, then they all have the same odds.
The bottom 8 teams have 12.5%. So Montreal plus the 7 just above them.
Yeah,
Makes sense. I confused myself.
this is absurd, man. This is absurd. LA is gonna get Byfield.
Wow.
And the things
to think who they already have.
Akil knows Byfield pretty well, so that'll be pretty good for them to pick him. But that's insane because like they definitely need more offense.
Right.
I think they're gonna pick Byfield. LA. I don't think they could pick Stutzel, but I think they'll pick Byfield. Because that's the mantra that LA goes with. You know, they like bodies, big bodies.
Yeah. That you look at who they already have. They have Gabe Velarde, who's still young. Like, yeah, he played in the NHL last year.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
Problems.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw him training last year. He's gross. I saw him training at Canland at my workplace. He's gross.
They have Akil Thomas.
God.
Yeah, they have Leafs legend prospect Carl Grundstrom and Sean Dursey. And
was that the first round? Was the first pick they gave? The first round pick they gave in the Muzzin one? It became a defenseman.
Tobias Bjornfoot.
There you go.
And they have Trevor Moore. Let's just not forget about Trevor Moore, okay?
I love Trevor Moore. I miss him.
Yeah.
Spark plug. No guy can hit Char the way he did.
So, I don't even know where to take it now. What do you think Alexis Lafreniere is thinking right now?
He's just wondering about his future, man.
Like, man, do I like Edmonton?
But you know what he likes? He likes that he can at least be on a team that isn't going to be as bad as these teams are.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because imagine, okay, I'm just going to go hypothetically. The Leafs lose to Columbus. I hate my life. They get the first overall pick. Imagine
then you don't hate your life.
Imagine how he'd feel. Or
It's like
even any of these teams. Columbus isn't a terrible team. And like, honestly, like the worst team that's in this qualifier is Minnesota. And that's the only one where I'd be like, but like the rest of these are not bad cities to be playing in or the teams to be playing for.
It reminds me of like Tyler Seguin. Remember? Like I know it was a result of the trade, but like he went second to Boston.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Again with these league things.
But like it's like a proven
screw
like
you, Daniel.
like a proven blue chip prospect that goes to like a team that has it together.
And wins the cup with him. Like,
Yeah.
Do we even want to talk about the other things on the docket, or do we?
Like
Yeah, why not? We got time.
Okay, so we talked about. Geez, it's such a right turn. Thank you if you're watching so far, by the way. Sorry that probably during that last pick, I just like screamed right into my mic, so that's not going to pick up very well. Okay, we have some news to talk about here. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Carey Price, who has won for the 9th time in his career the Molson Cup given to Montreal's Player of the Year.
Who else is going to win it?
Who?
I said Gallagher.
Paul Byron.
Don't stop with it. Don't stop. No.
Xavier Willett.
Captain of the Laval Rocket, Xavier Willett. Got some time. But seriously, he came first. It's based off the amount of star, like a 3-star nominees you get. He was first ahead of Gallagher, and third place was Nick Suzuki, who, guys, let me tell you, he was the first star only once, but 6 times was he second and third. And like seriously, we're talking about young players. Nick Suzuki is going to be a star in this league. Like, God, you want to
I'm
talk
telling
about,
you, here's one thing I'm telling you. I need Vancouver to win
Wow, you don't want Vancouver to have Alexis Lafreniere?
because my good friend who was in our program, Scott, he's texting me nonstop. He's like, okay, that's it. We need Vancouver to tank right now. And I'm like, him and I have gone back and forth, even though the Leafs beat Vancouver both times this year. But like, he's such a passionate. He loves the Canucks as much as I love the Leafs. And I'm like, don't you dare. I will. He just sends me a tweet. He's like, first line of Lafreniere, Petey, and Bess for the next decade. Doesn't get better than that. And I'm just like, you know what? I hope you step on Lego, you loser.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like 16 teams technically now who, because of you take away the 4 in each, who already guarantee the spot.
Mhm.
There are 16 fan bases right now who are just crying tears of joy, thinking they have a chance to get Alexis Lafreniere.
Oh.
Oh man, can you imagine you're Pittsburgh right now thinking of that? But hey, we'll go on. Guys, the Hall of Fame inductees for 2020 were named. Headlines among them: Jerome McGinley in his first year of eligibility. Marian
Good for
Hossa
him.
also gets in there, first year of eligibility.
Pittsburgh Penguin great, Marian Hossa.
Stop when they tweeted out that alumni, everyone was like, "Really? You're gonna pull that? Is he gonna do the same to Patrick Marleau?"
Sorry to cut you off. I don't know how long he played in Phoenix, but the Phoenix Suns posted a retirement picture for Vince Carter.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I remember that.
He got
I'm
bought
like,
out by the team.
I'm like, I don't know how long he played there, but don't think it was that long.
A controversial one here. Kevin Lowe gets in, former Oilers defenseman, part of that wicked dynasty they had back in the day. Also, I spent some time as an executive there, but he's there as a player. Kim St. Pierre, an Olympian, former Canadian goaltender.
Respects to her, like how many years? I think she played like 3 Olympics. She was yucky at hockey.
Doug Wilson, who was GM of the Sharks but goes in as a player, former defenseman. People were waiting a while for him to get in.
Kenny Holland.
Ken Holland goes in the building category, kind of the same thing that happened to Jim Rutherford, GM of the Penguins last year. I have a problem when stuff like that happens. Like, let them retire for like Bettman getting in. I was like, I get it, but time. So, what do you guys make of this this class? And
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
yes,
Where is Alex McGillney?
yes.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Alex McGillney?
So that has
You absolute losers at the NHL and the ballot committee. You absolute losers.
Laney McDonald.
Have you no shame? Have you no shame for a guy who came over from Soviet Russia, and if he went home, he would have gotten executed. But he came from Soviet Russia and tore up this league when he had no hope of going back home because he defected. And he's an NHL great. How dare you at your stupid little fancy NHL committee? I bet you Bill Daly's favorite show is Two Broke Girls. But how dare you guys snuff Alexander McGillney?
Who's part of the voting? I know Burke,
Laney McDonald,
Cassie Campbell Pascal.
I'll get the full list up. But there obviously are some snubs. Yes, Alex McGillney's among them. Another one, guys. Why is Daniel Alfredson not in yet?
Because he played.
I think he'll make it. It'll just take a couple years.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Ottawa fans think he didn't make it. Okay. Toronto media.
Okay, can we not make this about that?
That's always been an argument. I've always heard of that.
That's what the
yeah.
argument was. That
That's
was what their argument was. I was looking on Sen's Twitter, and the argument is Toronto media is going to stop Daniel Alfredson from making it in to the
Or
Hockey Hall
there's
of
no
Fame.
reason Kevin Lowe's and that, and Wayne probably put in the call.
Are you gonna tell me Chris Phillips is not gonna make it?
No, but seriously, like Danny A is arguably the best senator of all time.
Yes.
Not that
Well,
he
Dion.
is.
Excuse
Don't
me?
forget about Dion. Okay?
Excuse me. Don't
Cut him
forget
some
about
slack.
Dion. Don't
Cut
forget
him
about
some-
Chris Neal.
Don't forget about Nikita Zaitsev and Ron Hainsey. Okay.
Dominic Hasek that one
Don't-
year.
Tyler Ennis. Connor Brown.
Any Leaf who played for the Senators. Okay.
I am trying to find
Chris Tierney. No. Scott Saverin.
Oh,
Matthews didn't even know his name. He was looking at me. He's like,
Oh,
"What's your name?" I don't even know your name, bro.
God.
selection committee.
how about Pat Verbeek? I don't know if Adam already did this.
when it's become a thing, it was like
But-
asking him.
Every person we have on the show, he usually asks, should this player be in the Hockey Hall of Fame? And he just lists Pat Verbeek's numbers.
So what I like to do is rip off Jeff Merrick's thing. And see, the point was I was going to read the stat line and then tell Mike it was Pat Verbeek to see if he was going to do it.
I'm pretty sure you did that with him, though. Did you not?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
This
my
is
bad.
All right. No point. You know, let's do it anyway. Mike, I want to read you this. This
Okay.
player has scored 522 goals,
Okay.
1,063 points, an all-star and a captain, 2,900 penalty minutes. Does this player deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Those are some pretty intense numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he's at the 500 goal club,
Mm-hmm.
has he won anything in the playoffs?
He is a Stanley Cup champion.
How many times?
Once, I believe.
How many rewards? Like individual awards?
None listed on Hockey DB.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But an all-star. I believe he is a two-time all-star.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
What's the highest amount of goals or points he's had in a season?
Highest goals, 46. Highest amount of points, 89.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
the 89's the killer there.
Yeah.
He just
Like-
had a long career, I'm assuming.
He did play a while. He did. He's like the Jamie Benn winning the Art Ross.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna say maybe, but just it'll take a couple of years to
Okay.
induct him.
You,
Who was it?
You will not be putting Pat Verbeek into the Hall of
I knew you were gonna say Pat Verbeek too.
Fame.
That's why I've said no.
I will admit.
It's like the same argument they had about Dave Andreychuk making it. Like he just played for so long.
That's fair. Okay, we'll keep going here, and we will check up on our dear friend Pavel Datsyuk.
Oh my God.
He was hit up. He was reportedly, allegedly, in a monastery with a bunch of COVID deniers. But
Mhm.
guys, it looks like that the Pavel Datsyuk era, the story is at an end. Dan Milstein, his agent, put up a video of Pavel.
Dan Milstein's. Let me just put this out there. Dan Milstein's not just his agent; he's literally the agent for every single Russian ever.
Mhm. Yeah.
Everybody from Russia. If you're a grocery store clerk and you need an agent for some reason, you're hitting up Dan Milstein.
Didn't they just ban him from taking KHL players from being their agent because he was bringing all of them to the NHL?
I think so because look what he did with Zaitsev,
Yeah.
Gusev, literally
Yeah.
anybody who ends with and anybody that ends with an
Oceanov.
anybody that names with the end that's name ends with Ev or
Ivanov,
Ov.
Vladimir, Klapsov, anything like that. Well, anyway, Milstein did put a video of Pavel Datsyuk at his.
Oh, is it this one?
Yes.
Him cutting wood? You can't
Yeah.
see the back of his head.
Okay, well,
He
hold
looks
on.
great, good stride still.
So
Yeah,
The swing.
He's in shape.
for listening to this later on the iTunes. Yeah, so Dan Milstein, noted every Russian player's agent, did put a video of Pavel Datsyuk on Twitter saying morning workout and family breakfast at the cottage. Have a good summer, everyone. So guys, it looks like Pavel Datsyuk is not
okay.
holding up with COVID deniers.
That's
He-
good.
He is indeed okay. He's with his family and he's not insane. Which good for Pavel Datsyuk because
Milstein isn't even Russian.
No.
He's not. He's Ukrainian.
Milstein sounds like if I had to put a guess, I'd be like Scandinavian. Nishtin, and you just kind of pronounce it over like that.
What?
I don't know. You can pull it off. There's some weird things out there.
I was gonna say German.
Nishtin,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? Nishtin, out of the tell, second overall to Mike Sugar, the LA Kings select Dan Milstein. When it comes to other hockey news, beside Pavel Datsyuk, I'm just going to get a tweet up from Elliot Friedman here quickly because New Jersey, we heard a bit
Losers.
out there about their coaching search. There was
Losers.
a fake tweet that they had hired Gerard Gallant.
Yeah.
So
Losers.
Bigger losers than Buffalo, though.
No.
No,
Buffalo's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
That's true.
You just feel bad for Buffalo because they have terrible ownership, but I don't feel bad for New Jersey at all.
It's like they crapped in a bag and lit it on fire. It's worse
Yeah.
than a dumpster fire.
New Jersey is the bad version of Tampa.
So this is from Elliot Friedman on Twitter. It has previously been reported the New Jersey coaching candidates were Aline Nesradine, their incumbent coach, Gerard Gallant, Peter Laviolette, John Stevens, and a quote mystery candidate. Hearing that is New York Rangers assistant Lindy
Ruff.
in Buffalo from 97 to 2013.
That guy was at Buffalo for so long.
And
It's absurd. He's so old, man.
He is. I didn't even know that he was New York's assistant.
Yeah. Ever since he got fired from Buffalo, and then he went to Dallas. Then Jim Montgomery took over Dallas, and so he's there. But now, obviously, Jim Montgomery's not with Dallas anymore. But
Lindy Ruff, longtime Babcock assistant on the Olympic team.
he is.
And Alex, you wanted to talk to Mike about Steve Simmons.
Yeah, I want to know what you thought about Steve Simmons because
breaking Matthews' COVID diagnosis.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of double standards going on in this sport.
It's called HIFA.
No, but this is the issue. I think we all agreed when we talked about it that it was wrong.
Yeah.
But when Adrian Wojnarowski breaks a player has
Kevin
COVID,
Durant's,
and the Athletic breaks Rudy Gobert's when we just thought he was sick, like he had the flu or whatever it was. We knew he had an illness. No one says a word, but as soon as it's in Toronto, as soon as it's hockey, and as soon as it's Steve Simmons, everyone loses their mind. I have an issue with the double standards.
In fairness with Rudy Gobert, though, in the midst of all this,
right?
And then you say Rudy Gobert's out because he's sick.
Yes,
you can't.
Yes.
And if they ask, does he have COVID, and then you say no, your organization is in jeopardy. So that's the only double take there.
Rudy Gobert, we'll take the Rudy Gobert one out. But there's a lot of situations. Ezekiel Elliott, it was confirmed a week later by the agent, but it was reported first by sources.
But Ezekiel Elliott also said, and he came out on Twitter and said,
but that was
HIFA.
Afterwards. But no one complained about it. No, I didn't see a fan complain about it. I think it's wrong.
We are in the Toronto media market. Of course.
Think, especially because it was Steve Simmons, there was a lot of backlash.
Yeah, because that guy's something. But I mean, first off, the most important thing is like Matthews' speedy recovery, best wishes. But also thankfully Frederick Anderson apparently isn't diagnosed with it, who was rooming with him. But at the same time too, it's a tough thing. Cause what are you going to do when the playoffs or this play-in and playoffs hit? And if you're trying to keep it anonymous, but you don't see that player on the bench or on the ice, what are you obviously he has it. There's no more anonymity. And that's kind of what I think this is. I really think they're trying to practice it. Because at the end of the day, the players had it in the opening stages where you can have that kind of anonymity. But if you're coming back and if you're a player like Austin Matthews, it's not like Marty Marincin has it. So Marty Marincin can be scratched. And because he's scratched, meanwhile he has COVID. Of course I would too. I don't mean to downplay on Marty Marincin, but he's a player that can be scratched, right? So in the event that you actually for some terrible reason think you can hide a person's illness. But when it comes to Austin Matthews, he's such a big name player, such a big feature that I think, when they realize we are going to have the NHL coming back, God forbid anything bad happens that it doesn't, but it is in that form of practice that you need to be transparent now. Right. Transparency is the big name of the game.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to have to – John Tavares isn't going to be scratched.
No,
Carey Price isn't magically going to be scratched for a game.
no, definitely not.
Crosby's not going to be scratched for a game. And I think unless they come out and say he has some type of injury, we're all going to assume it's COVID.
Mm-hmm. Of course, 100%. Unless they can prove and show that it is not because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to mention before we get going here?
Yeah, I
don't
hate
think
New
so.
Jersey.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still processing everything about today.
Me too.
Again, highlights
can't
of the day. Detroit fall from 1 to 4. LA move up to 2. The Sens move back in both their picks. And Alexis Lafreniere will go to one of the 16
Insane.
one of the one of the
8.
8. Yeah, I don't know why I say.
Insane.
Go to one of the teams who failed to qualify for the playoffs. An insane day, an entertaining one, and boy, hockey Twitter. When stuff like this happens, it makes the world feel normal again, which God, since the pandemic started, we all love to see.
Yeah.
For anyone who came out to watch the stream, I really do appreciate it. I'm thinking of maybe doing this more in the future. Of course, when the next draft happens, we find out who gets Alexis Lafreniere. We'll be doing this again. Hopefully, we'll be able to have Mike on again. Again, thank you, Mike, once more.
Thanks for having me, boys.
You're always a highlight. You're always a joy.
Mhm.
And your hatred for New Jersey makes my life, that much.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, and good luck in Ottawa, of course.
Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that.
Safe move.
Thank you. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it all. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Alex.
All right, guys. Well, again, to those of you watching, thank you for coming out. For those of you who will be listening on iTunes and that, thank you for giving a listen. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to check out, of course, the iTunes and Spotify. If you're listening on those, go check out the YouTube for a visual experience of the podcast. See us freak out to the draft lottery. Check out all our social medias that will be in the description below, or somewhere on the YouTube, probably in like channel about pages and that. And we will see you guys next episode, where hopefully we'll actually know where the NHL are going to be playing their games in a few weeks. Goodbye, and thank you for
Bye.
coming.